Hi guys, welcome back to SwitchUp. We're going to do another list that'll be quite good for new Switch owners today. And it was actually Glen's idea and also Nintendo's idea as they've released a list of the best free-to-play games on the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, this is not a model that I use very much at all. I don't know about you, Mark. I don't use free-to-play games, but they are becoming increasingly popular, and there are quite a few decent ones on the Switch, to be fair, so I think it's worth highlighting.
If you enjoy the content, then consider subscribing and leave a comment down below just to become part of the community. Let's get on with the list. Okay, so the first game that I want to choose is called Fallout Shelter. Now, anyone that had a mobile phone will know a bit about this game. It's quite a lot like the game Sheltered that I reviewed on the channel, except I preferred Sheltered because I don't like the free-to-play aspects.
Yeah.
But it did free-to-play really well. This was Bethesda saying, here you go, this is how it should be done. There are a few little time-based gates where you're waiting for new floors to unlock. You're essentially trying to survive in a Fallout shelter. You're looking after and growing your community down there. But it's a very good and quite addictive game. And it's free, so it's worth having on your Switch. Have you played this one?
I haven't played this one, no, because as you say, Sheltered was a very good game, and this War of Mine that was quite similar in some respects. I love that game, so I would have other options. But if you are looking for something much cheaper, i.e. free, then this is a good alternative.
Much cheaper.
Okay, the next one then is a game that's come out very recently on the Switch, and it's called Dauntless. Now, this is very similar to Monster Hunter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very similar to Monster Hunter, in that you go online with others and you form a team and you try to take down a huge monster, collect its parts to then carve new weapons and new armor pieces to then fight stronger monsters. It's a very good game. As someone that doesn't play free-to-play games very much, we did a good 4 or 5 hours straight on this the other day, didn't we? Had a great time with it. Again, you could just ask why not play Monster Hunter, and of course you can, it's on the Switch as well, but it's £40 odd, and if you'd rather play something with this model, then this one is a very, very good game.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't call them monsters, I'd call them behemoths.
Would you? Are you sure that's what you call them?
That's what I'd call them. Go check out the review, you'll understand what we're talking about. But yeah, free and a great game to own if you're a new Switch owner.
Next up then, we have a game that came out a while ago on the Switch now. Probably the first high-profile free-to-play game.
Yeah,
I can't think of another anyway. And that was Warframe.
Yeah, it was one of those interesting ones, a bit like when The Witcher arrived on Switch. Everyone was like, how's that going to run?
Yeah.
Now, it didn't need a strong PC to run, but it looks beautiful. It's got a really good solid engine. When it came across, it's great. It's brilliant. There is some grinding to the game. If you want to unlock those extra slots so that you can store more items, or if you want to get those better weapons, there's going to be grinding. But it's quite fun grinding. Like, you can grab a group of friends. I think you can go for teams of 4. Might even be more, I'm not sure. And you just run in different missions. Now, like games like Destiny, there's the same missions over and over, progressively more difficult, and there's loads of different areas, but it's constantly an expanding game as well. There's also the Trials, which is good fun. It's free. If you've got the space on your Switch, I'd recommend giving it a bash. Next up then, we've got a racing game, which I know is one of his favourite genres, and it's Asphalt 9. Now, I did a review of this one. I quite enjoyed it, but honestly, it was like walking into a casino.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No, I read your review, I watched your review, I beg your pardon, and I've seen the game, I've seen the model it uses.
Yeah.
What I will say about this one is I like the fact that it gives you the option to purchase, you know, there's a purchase option and you get some certain bits, don't you? I like it when they give you that option rather than you, I say being forced to play a free game, but you know what I mean, being forced to have to wait for things or being forced to have to purchase certain bits and bobs.
It's got a big community, like, don't get me wrong, the core racing's quite fun. It's a bit like Burnout. I think I gave it a pretty decent review, but I was just very critical of just the flashing lights and the bells and whistles, because little kids are going to go on there and be like, ooh, going to click all the buy buttons. But then having said that as well, Gameloft have put in an option to switch a lot of that stuff off in the options, which is decent. Like, fair play to you. You've got to make money. You're going for the free-to-play model. That's an option you've taken. It's a fun enough game on its own. So for that right, having a decent racer on Switch for free, worth downloading.
Yeah.
Okay, next up we've got Glen's favourite game of all time, and that's Fortnite.
I played it once and I died within about 6 seconds, and that was me done. But you've put a lot of time into this, haven't you?
Yeah, I put a good few hours into this. I must admit, regardless of what everyone says, you know, everyone's like, oh, I hate Fortnite, but half those people haven't actually played it. It is a fun game, like it is. I was terrible at building forts, like rubbish, and fair play to people that are good at it. It requires some serious skill.
Yeah.
But it's on the Switch, it runs well enough, it's good, and it's free. So it's worth putting a bit of time into. The problem with a lot of these free-to-play games is there's no end.
Yeah.
Like, it's just cosmetics, 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 give me your cash. There's no end. I know they had the end, but unless it wasn't the end, was it? It was a big marketing stunt. The overall core gameplay, however, is fun. I just want PUBG. I'm PUBG kind of a girl.
When you reviewed this one a while back, didn't you?
Yeah.
The Fortnite, and when it first came out, there were some issues with it.
Yeah.
And they've since been fixed, haven't they?
They've been ironed out, yeah.
Fair play. They've put the time into the Switch version.
Okay, so next up we've got Pokemon Quest, which I also reviewed.
You did, yes.
When it came out. I just absolutely caned it. The core game is a really stripped down, simplistic version. It almost reminds me of having a Tamagotchi.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you get these different, if you don't know what a Tamagotchi, Google it. You get these little stripped down Pokemon, and you send them out on missions, and when you've got them out on mission, they kind of run off and do their own thing.
Right.
You're literally just running off like lunatics, and fighting the creatures that are in the level, and then you earn points to gradually level up. Cynically, it felt like a huge addiction loop. Like, the way it's designed, almost even more so than some of the Gameloft stuff. It just didn't feel right for Pokemon. Like, Pokemon, you got to train them up, take them out. You know, that's on you. But it felt so contrived, so controlled. I didn't rate this one at all.
Yeah, again, I haven't played this one. Obviously, we've got our different. We all have our different tastes in games. The free-to-play model just doesn't appeal to me, you know. And I know we're sitting here making a list about it, but there are many people that it does appeal to. And in this case, you have the knowledge. It was one that just I like to pay for a game. No, I'm getting everything I need to play it, and then play it through to completion. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this, from your opinion at least, is one of the poorer ones on there, you'd say.
Yeah, it's too much of an addiction loop without any real payoff.
Next, then we have Realm Royale, which is a game that I've seen you play, and I played a bit myself. When you downloaded it. Very much like Fortnite in some respects, isn't it? Without the base building, would I be right in saying?
Yeah, without the forts.
Without the forts, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it takes on a low fantasy setting. There's a lot of swords in there, things like that, and crossbows and just that kind of stuff. It's very Fortnite-like, but there are a few things I prefer. Like, I don't like the fort building because I'm crap at it. I preferred the shooting mechanics in this. I enjoyed the feeling of the weapons. They were decent. I liked the setting. It's okay. Maybe not as detailed as the new, Fortnite, the second map of Fortnite. But I also really like the little silly mechanic whereby if you get killed, rather than get knocked, you actually burst into a chicken. You become a chicken.
I had this strange feeling in my head that there was a chicken in the game. I couldn't remember why. I was like, I'm not going to mention it because that sounds ridiculous. But yes, you turn into a chicken when
Honestly,
you get shot.
I thought the game was average until the chicken came out, and I was like, this is on point. It's amazing. So you're running away as a chicken, just going berserk. But if you can avoid fire for like 15 seconds or something, you then spawn back as you're back as a person.
You spent some money on this one, didn't you? This is one of these games that you spent a bit on.
I did. Yeah, actually, good point.
Yeah.
This was one where I played it for about 4 or 5 hours, and I thought, you know what, I want to support the game. So then it's different, isn't it? I was like, I want to, I get a nice fancy outfit out of it. I do like to be fancy. So I chucked a bit of cash into it, and a bit like Fortnite, you get your season passes. Just put some money into that. Got a few bits of decent gear. There's a bit of the show-off element to those games, isn't there? You want to look the best or whatever, and it, decent.
Pinball games. So there are a couple of different pinball games on the Switch that have the free-to-play model. You have Pinball Arcade and Pinball FX Free. Now, generally you get one pinball table that you can download for free, and then the rest are in packs that you can then buy. One thing I will say, I did mention this in a video before, is that in the case of Pinball FX, you have like a weekly league table, online league table.
That's pretty cool.
But the problem is that it will, sometimes you'll be put into a league with tables that if you don't own, you can't participate. So in a way, it kind of not forces you to buy the tables.
Pressures.
Yeah, the more tables you have, the more you can play. So I do wish it had a complete physical release, but there are other options if you just want to buy it and have everything.
Next up is Smite, which was reviewed by Evan, I believe. He spent a ridiculous amount of his own life, something like 1,000 hours playing this back on PC. It's a very good game. I played a lot of it. 2 teams facing off against each other, basically as you would expect from PC. It's decent. A decent game. I enjoyed it a lot. He really liked it, and it has a massive following. There's tons of DLC, there's tons of new modes. It is a little bit overt in terms of trying to sell you some stuff, but I think a lot of these have to be. Check out our review, we'll put a link down in the description. You can go see for yourself if it's the kind of game you want to put your time into. Another game from Hi-Res Studios then, these are the people that did the Realm Royale that I was talking about.
Okay.
Is Paladins. Very good game. You played a bit of this, didn't you?
I've played a few hours of this one and I did enjoy it actually. So it's a team-based shooter set in an arena. Again, you've got your different weapon types and whatnot.
If Realm Royale is the Fortnite, then Paladins is the Overwatch. So it has that tactical team-based play.
Yes.
It's still quite fast-paced, and you do have to really work as a tightly knit team to do well. But yeah, I'd say this leans more towards that style of play. We're just going to go through a few of the games that we haven't played, but that are options on there, just so that you know. We'll just stick them up on the screen or something.
Yeah.
So we've got things like Deltarune Chapter 1, which is from the guys that bought us Undertale. So that might be worth checking out.
Yeah, it's essentially just the first chapter for free, so you can try it and see if you like it.
Exactly that.
You have Gems of War as well, which I haven't played Gems of War, but from what I can ascertain, it's very similar to Puzzle Quest.
Yep. Brawlhalla from Ubisoft, which is essentially Smash Brothers with a lot of their characters. It actually looks quite decent. I just checked it out on the store.
You have Super Kirby Clash, obviously a Nintendo game. Haven't played this one at all. We had a look at the trailer. It almost looks like a 2D Monster Hunter, doesn't it?
It does.
You're taking down bosses with your friends.
And there's Arena of Valor, so that might be another one worth having a look at if you're into those. But again, we can't put it into the list because we haven't played it. Let us know down in the comments if you've played any of these, if you're planning on picking them up. If you're a new Switch owner, then consider subscribing to the channel and, well, say hello down in the comments.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we always say, if you have a decent knowledge base on any of these games or just a free-to-play model in general and you can advise newer owners or people that are curious as to how it works, please do stick it down below. Lovely. Right, a quick thanks to our patrons, as always, for your continued support and to all of you for watching our videos. Hope you had a lovely Christmas and a happy new year on the horizon and happy gaming.
And for all things Switch all the time, keep it Switch up. Cheers, guys. See ya! He wants to say it,
He loves it.
he's working up to it. I keep talking to the microphone, which is weird. It's like that, as if that's a fluffy squirrel looking at me. And I'm looking at it.